Assalamu alaikum students. Now in this video I am going to explain you inequalities of paper 2, and also along with this I will explain you the concept of indices. So few questions on inequalities we will solve, and few questions on indices. So two topics will be discussed within this session. Okay, now see the very first question. We have a linear inequality, and we want to look at the linear inequality in the same way, like this is a linear equation. So, as per rule, I always suggest my students whenever you have an equation, even you have to try to keep your subject positive. So, in order to keep your subject positive, you will definitely send the t to the right and minus 6 to the left, because my intention is to make 3t, yani t, the subject t positive. So, let's do this, guys, together. We will send the plus t to the right hand side. So, this plus t will change as to minus 6. In the same way, the minus 6 will go to the left hand side. Now, with this new arrangement, plus 2 was already there, minus 6 changes to plus 6. No change happens to the inequality face. It stays as a greater than sign. 3t was there, but plus t has gone to the right hand side. Now it becomes minus t. Now, what is the answer for this? Plus 2 and plus 6, it gives us 8 greater than 3t minus t, which is 2t, and then 8 divided by 2 is 4. So we will write our final answer. We will write our final answer as 4 is greater than t. So throughout the question, you can experience I didn't change the face of the inequality. It stays as it is. And I will try to keep it as it is. And because in some stages we change the face of the inequality if we multiply on both sides with a negative number, or if we divide on both sides with a negative number, but I will try to avoid it. That's why I have made this arrangement to make my subject positive, which will make my calculation secure from changing the face of the inequality. Got it? Now let's move on to the another case. Sometimes the examiner gives you an inequality. I always call it as a sandwich inequality, because you see your variable, your n is sandwiched between minus 5 and plus 5. So we need to look for those values of n, which, what is n basically? Here, n is integer. And all of you remember, guys, integers are whole numbers, and without decimals, whole numbers with plus and minus sign. So all the positive numbers, any 1, 2, 3, 4, all any natural numbers, they are integers. Then 0, then minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. These numbers are integers. Now he says that which integers, set of integers, satisfy this inequality. Method number 1, which is a famous method, and most of the teachers they use that method. And how do they solve this? They will say that since we want to make n here, any in this whole situation where 2n minus 1 is kept, you have to just leave n here and send the 2 and minus 1 to the other side. So it's pretty simple. What we will do first, we will send this minus 1 to the left hand side and to the right hand side. So minus 1 will be removed by writing plus 1 here. And what is left in between? 2n just. And minus 1 has gone to the other side. It becomes plus 1. Amazing. Now you guys can see that minus 1 finished. Still 2 is here. I want to send the 2 to the other side. Now 2 is multiplying. The opposite of 2 multiplication is division. So divided by 2, and divided by 2. What is minus 5 plus 1? Minus 5 plus 1 is minus 4. And 5 plus 1 is 6. Now 2 cancel with 2, and this 2 cancel with minus 4 gives you minus 2. 2 cancel with 6, it gives you 3. So my answer is minus 2 less than equals to n and less than equals to 3. Now all the integers between minus 2 and 3 inclusively, yani minus 2 is included. Minus 2 is included because we have an equal sign, and also here we have an equal sign. So try to write all the values which satisfies this inequality from integers. So minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So these are all those values of integers which can satisfy the inequality. I'm going to list them here: minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So that's the answer to this question. We can solve this question also in a different way, which is a method number 2. Method number 2 says that we can split this inequality in two inequalities, like minus 5 less than. Let me check, guys. He didn't write the equal sign here. So let me raise the equal sign. And then minus 1 will not, minus 2 will not be included. Got it. So method number 2 says that we need to split the given inequality in two inequalities. So minus 5 is less than 2n minus 1, and 2n minus 1 is less than equals to 5. Let me explain you here. He gave you minus 5 less than 2n minus 1 and less than equals to 5. So you write this inequality separately, and here I write this inequality separately. Let's try. I'm going to start writing this inequality, solving down here, and this part of the inequality will be solved separately here. As you remember, we always try to make x as a subject, so send the minus 1 to the other side. So minus 5 plus 1 less than 2n. So minus 4 less than 2n. So minus 4 divided by 2 is less than. So your n is bigger than minus 2. And in the second inequality, again, try to make n as a subject, send the minus 1 to the other side. 5 plus 1, 6. So n is less than equal to 6 over 2. So n is less than equal to 3. Can we combine these two inequalities? So n is in between here, less, and here is less than equal to minus 2 and 3. What are the values of n which satisfies this inequality? That's minus 1, minus 0, and 1, 2, and 3. If you want to use this technique, I have shown you this method separately, but in the solution, I will show only one technique which I think suits here this method. Okay. Question number 3. All remember that we want to make x as the subjective term must be positive. So minus 8x will be sent to the right and 19 to the left. So 7 minus 19 greater than equals to 2x plus 8x, and 7 minus 19 is minus 12 greater than equals to 10x. So minus 12 divided by 10 greater than equal to x. So minus 1.2 greater than equal to x. That's the solution of this inequality. Next, again, he gave you this sandwich inequality. So 15 less than equal to 4n less than 28. What is written along with n? 4. So this 4 has to be divided on the left and on the right. This will leave n alone in between, okay, in the middle of the inequality. So this is the thing which we wanted. So 15 divided by 4, boys, you can use calculator although it's not needed. So this gives you 3.75, just to avoid any mistake. 28 divided by 4 is 7. Now boys, on the number line, if you see that this is 3.75 and this is 7, 3.75 is not an integer. What is the next integer? So 4, 5, 6, but 7 is not included. This is not included. So what are the integers in between 4, 5 and 6? 4, 5 and 6. As he said that, we need to list the integers which satisfies this inequality. Question number 5. Don't worry, boys. This is 0.5x minus 13 greater than 12 plus 3x. We send this 0.5x to the right and this 12 to the left. So minus 13 minus 12 greater than 3x minus 0.5x. Minus 13 minus 12 is minus 25 greater than 2.5x. And then minus 25 over 2.5 is greater than x. What is the final answer? We get it. Minus 25 over 2.5. It gives us minus 10. So minus 10 is greater than x. Next inequality, 3 greater than 8n minus 6n. 3 is greater than 2n. 3 divided by 2 greater than n. So 1.5 is greater than n. Next, 7 plus 8, 5n minus n. 7 plus 8 is 15. Oh, don't change the face of the inequality. Just keep it as it is. 5n minus n, it is 4n. So 15 over 4 is... So 15 over 4, you can write it as a fraction. And if you want to write it in the decimals, you are also allowed. 3.75. 3.75 is less than x. Next inequality, x over 3, keep it here, send the plus 5 to the other side. So 2 minus 5. So x over 3 greater than minus 3. Now 3 and go and multiply with minus 3. So x is greater than minus 9. Next, minus 11 plus 18 greater than 5n minus 3n. Minus 11 plus 18 is 7, and this is 2n, and 7 divided by 2 greater than n. So 3.5 is greater than n. 13 minus 7 greater than equal to 3x. 3x minus x. 13 minus 7 is 6 greater than equal to 2x, and then 6 divided by 2 greater than equal to x will give you 3 is... your x is less than equal to x. Now, there are lots of integers less than 3. Lots of integers less than 3. But he is just willing to see only the positive integer. Let me list all the integers less than 3. So less than 3 is yani, less than equal to 3 is 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2. Is he willing all the integers? No, he is just willing to see only the positive integer. No need to write minus 2, minus 1, 0. So only your answers are 1, 2, 3, because he said write only the positive integers which can satisfy this inequality. So the answers are 1, 2, and 3. Next, minus 5 minus 17 greater than 8n minus 3n. Minus 5 minus 17 is minus 22. And this is 5n, so minus 22 divided by 5 greater than n. Use calculators. Minus 22 divided by 5 gives you minus 4.4 greater than n. Inequality, sandwich inequality. So 15 less than equal to 4n less than 28 divided by 4 divided by 4 divided by 4. So 15 over 4 gives you how much? 3.75. So we got 3.75 less than n, and that is 7. I think we did this question before. So what are the integers in between? So 4, 5, and 6. So 4, 5, and 6. We write it. Question number 12. So I think 12 questions I have kept uh, for inequalities. So let me explain you indices as well. I think in the next video I will explain it to you. Thank you guys. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.